Welcome back to video 3 of consistency. Stop missing for no reason at all.
Because if it's not in, you can't win. And
That's right.
today, I'm really excited about this one because all weekend long we're getting questions on how do we time it? How do we tell when to go forward, when to go back? Should I take the ball on the rise? Should I let it drop? And so what we're going to teach you how to do is to avoid hitting the ball at the very, very peak of the shot, especially when it's going to go high. And then we also don't want it to be in the valley too low, because this is where you're losing control of the ball.
Is it too late for me to say things that rhyme?
Go ahead.
And if it's not on the line, it's not fine. Does that work?
It works.
You like if it's not in,
Yeah.
you can't win better though.
Yeah. I think I'd rather them watch video 1 and video 2 if they missed that, so they can get some real good instruction.
Get more air. More height, more height. Yeah. That's height. That's too much height.
All right, let's get into today's lesson. Pete, tell them about your peaks and valleys.
That's right, peaks and valleys. I find that people, when they have to hit the ball too high, they're not going to be able to control the ball. And when they have to go down the valley, they're not going to hit the ball well. And the way you can start to read where the ball is going to go and anticipate better is by reading peaks. There's 3 peaks that you want to be looking for that we're going to cover today. Matt's going to be hitting the ball here. So Matt, get right here and just hit some balls over the net. So I want to be reading the first peak. When is that ball going to start to come down? Okay, so that ball was still rising as it was going over the net. It was kind of like right at the perfect height over the net. It kind of reaches peak over the net. So that's usually when the ball is going to land in your strike zone pretty nice. So the balls that are kind of going lower and peaking as they're going over the net, this is usually one where you can be in a normal rally. You don't have to back up too much. It's right in your nice strike zone there. That was a great shot there, Matt. Now, if the ball is still going high as it's going over the net, this is when it's going to be deep, and you've got to decide if you're going to take it on the rise or actually move back, and we're going to cover that in a little bit. I have my theory on that. Yep.
That was a really good lob.
That was a very good lob by Matt. Ball's still going up as it's crossing the net. This is one you might want to take on the rise or move back for. So now the third shot that gets people a lot is they don't see the ball peaking on this side of the net. And then it goes short, and they're not getting there. And this would actually be your reward lots of times, where you can come in and just crush these. But if you're not seeing that happen, you're getting a late beat on the ball, and that ball is bouncing twice in front of you. Nice demos there, Matt Bradshaw. Okay, so here's a great exercise you can do with this peaks and valleys concept. You can actually call out when you're rallying with you and your partner. You can call out when you see that peak off of your partner's hit, and as you're doing that, you're also kind of saying out loud or thinking to yourself if you're going to move forward or backward. Remember, when it's going to peak early before it crosses the net, that's the first thing that can happen is you want to be moving forward. If it's peaking right over the net, usually you don't have to move too far forward or back. When it's going to be still rising as it's coming over the net, you have to decide if you're going to take it on the rise or move back, which we will also get to that in a second. So here we go. I'm going to do this exercise with Matt, and Matt is going to rally with me. Here we go. So there you go. So that's still right. You got to move back, and I can hit that ball. Where's it going? That one I got to take on the rise. Okay. This one is a shorter one. I can move up to it. Short one. Shorty D, and it didn't quite cross the net. Okay, but notice I'm still moving because I saw that was peaking on Matt's side. Okay, that's a pretty normal ball right there. Don't have to do much. Normal ball, don't have to do much. Peaking right over the net. Normal ball, not much to do. Ah, shorty, so I gotta get up to it. Got me down the valley, so I didn't read it soon enough. Right off the bounce. This ball's going up. Now notice I move forward to that. Okay, now notice I move back to this peak. Okay, why am I deciding that? This one I'm going to take right off the bounce. Okay, so notice based on how far the ball is going before it peaks, how I'm making my decision to either stay on the baseline, take on the rise, or move back. See, I'm moving back, so I can move back into that ball. Good, I'm gonna take this right off the bounce. Okay, Matt, so that was pretty fun hitting. A big question people have though that we haven't answered yet on this video that I wanna get to is when do you know on a high ball, when the ball is peaking after it crossed the net, when to move back and when to keep your ground, take on the rise?
I don't know, you tell me.
So this is what I think everybody can do out there, is you put your racket down, really take a look at this and just get this visual. If the ball is gonna be bouncing anywhere around the racket this deep and it's rising high, these
All
are
the way across.
all the way across. Yeah,
Anywhere from
right.
the baseline to whatever we measured, 26 inches into the court.
That is perfect. When that is happening, you cannot back up. You're gonna have to learn how to take these balls on the rise, like scoop it right off the bounce, because what's gonna happen, especially if there's some height and spin on this thing, even if you move all the way back, you're running out of real estate and you're still against the curtain like we are, or the fence.
Perfect example. We had, when we played for the Harper's Cup, we had our matches for what we're wearing on our shirts, right? We compete for the Harper's Cup every year. There were a few times where I just moved back on the high balls and I felt my backswing, I felt my backswing touch the wall, the green thing.
Yeah.
And every time I had that happen, I missed the ball.
Yeah.
So I knew I got to take it from here.
Got to take it on the rise.
I only let that happen a couple times, and I knew, don't do that again. Take it on the rise.
Yeah, if you find that you're moving back and you're still having to hit overhand like this, those are balls you need to have taken on the rise. Now, balls that you can move back for are balls that are going to be high but landing somewhere in front.
So long as it's just a few feet in front of the baseline on the landing, you're good.
Most,
you can back up and hit a off a topspin forehand.
On most of the time, most of the people you're playing, the ball will usually die out. So you can back up, the ball will hit its peak, it will come and bounce, hit another peak and drop, and then you swing up. So you want that ball to peak out and then see it start to drop. That's when you start to move back into that ball.
Is that why Rafa wins on clay all the time?
That's
because he can make a ball that lands way in there and still puts it.
And it still goes, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
One of the famous words that you've created, caveat, one caveat to that.
A caveat.
Yeah.
Caveat.
Is now, if the ball is peaking, but it's going to be bouncing here, and you see it early, it's not too far away, you see it early, you've got good timing, this is a great time to actually move in and take it on the rise. But
so this could be closer camp right here.
Right.
Close it down.
But if it's too far away, if you notice that the ball is going to land over there high and it's a little further away and it's hard for you to get to and take on the rise, that's when you want to make that immediate decision, not to force it and take it on the rise, but to move back, let it hit its peak, then hit, peak again, drop, and swing up.
Okay.
There you
that
go.
concludes our lesson.
That concludes the
But
three-part
that's not
series.
all we've got for you.
The journey is just getting started because we've shown you now 3 of the top 3 consistency leaks, but there's actually 17 leaks, Matt.
That's right. Just like Pete Sampras has 14 majors, we've got 14 more consistency leaks for you, and we'll take a little peek at them in about 48 hours when we open up the consistency course.
I made a course a couple years back called Solo Shots, which were so many people. It's like a little known, well-known course. It's not one of our bigger ones, but the people who went through it loved it.
Really loved it.
They loved it.
Myself, I've heard people come to our clinics talk about, oh yeah, I love the solo shots.
And what they love about Solo Shots is we took them through a 30-day program where every day they knew exactly what drill to do, how to do it, but you can go at your own pace. So if you're like, I can't do it this week, the drills are there for you to go at your own pace.
You don't got to do it in 30 days. You can do it in 30 weeks if you really want to.
That's right, you could. You probably won't get as good, but you could take your time with it. But we are also, for the people who are ambitious, because I even had people, hey, where's day 28? We send you an email for 30 days and we show you this is what you're doing today, this is what you're doing tomorrow. And people really like that structure and knowing that, hey, if I can stick with this program, I'm going to notice a significant improvement in the areas of consistency.
Absolutely. So what do they need to comment to win a special prize, which is $4,000 worth of courses, opening the vault to you, all of the Crunch Time coaching courses. You can win it. You'll be entered in the raffle when you comment on all 3 videos. So if you miss video 1 or 2, go back and comment. Watch it too if you want to get better at the sport. Comment below. What are they commenting on, Pete?
I think they should comment on what's the 1 shot or 2 shots that you look most forward to getting consistent at. Is it going to be your serve? Because we're going to cover that. Is it going to be your forehand? Is it going to be your backhand? Is it going to be your return of serve? Is it going to be your volley? It's going to be your overhead? Because we cover everything in this 30-day program.
All right. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I just can't wait for video 4.
Because I have something I want to add to that.
Yeah.
48 hours, video 4 is coming. But if anyone's wondered, why am I standing so close to Pete? No, we're good friends and all, but he's got this microphone here, and I want to make sure you can hear me, right?
That's why.
Little inside baseball.
He's just trying to get close.
You can't hear me when I'm over here.
Actually, there is something I want
can't hear me.
to. So there is one thing I do want to add, Matt.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm like a parrot on your shoulder.
Thank you, Matt. In 48 hours, we're going to be opening this train up. The first 10 to sign up, they're going to be getting training, bonus training that will one day be worth thousands of dollars.
Wow. So
Yes.
it's like you get Apple stock in 1989
That's what it's going to be like.
because it's worth a lot now.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
You didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's going to grow in value like the Apple stock. Over time, it's going to keep growing in value, and you're going to see what I
First
mean.
10 to buy the course.
Yes.
Get your Apple stock. Not actual Apple stock.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
All right, see you in about 48 hours. Make sure they can hear me. They can hear me better. I'm like a parrot. You're a pirate. All right, now you're too close. That's too close.